Greetings, I'm Christopher Logan Hildt, and I've been recently dubbed the G.I. Joe Gamer. So, I'm the G.I. Joe Gamer, and we're here to talk about Firefly today. This is going to be Joe Takes number 12. Also, it's going to be my submission for Cobra Convergence number 7. Now, that's been going on all month. There's going to be a link in the description to Hooded Cobra Commander 788's website. So you can check that out if you want the full schedule for Cobra Convergence for all the content creators who are jumping on board on that. I'm doing my own bit for that called Operation Dungeon Siege. Today I'm going to have part 2 at the end of the video. And so hopefully you'll enjoy that. But we're just going to jump right into the figure. This is my original version of Firefly. I didn't buy this in the store. I traded it for comic books, I think, to one of the neighbor kids. We were trading comics and Joes back and forth. Now those accessories are from one of the more modern ones, but I managed to get all of his accessories and put them together. They're the same accessories. I actually like the black, but his original ones were I think an off green, maybe they weren't all drab, that's for sure. In '92, he came out with this figure here, and I like this one. In '93, for a change, when they brought him out again, they had the repaint, had black. I like that a lot better. File cards are going to be near the end of the video, so if you want to pause and check those out, you can do that. I do have a carded example of Firefly from the modern era. So there's this one. I did like the way they put this figure together, so that's some fun. And there's a file card if you need to. That takes us to the classified box art. Now, Firefly, he's in my top 5 of my favorite Cobras. So I've been looking forward to doing this video. And he's number 21 in the series. And then you got your box art. And I thought this box art was pretty cool. Also will be near the end of the video a better look at the box art. Let's see. He had this backpack that had if I can put it up here, the controller for his drone actually fits right in there. So I've got it in there right now. And this bomb comes off, so you can actually put a bomb and set it, which I used in the trailer for next week's Joe Takes. And the little drone, I thought it was really cool. You could fly it around. And the legs would fold up. Now, I do remember that it attached to the backpack, but as I was trying to put it together here a little while ago, I forgot how it does that. It slides right on here, but I'm not going to play around with it in the video. But the classified Firefly is really cool. I liked his gun. I definitely like the goggles with the little antenna. I like the fact that you could slide the goggles over his eyes. Now, a lot of people don't like this vest because it hinders his movement, and that is true. However, I still thought this was a really good figure. I know they're coming out with a new Firefly in the classified series, and that's cool. But I do like the original. So the new one actually is more pays homage more to the vintage, which is normal. So that takes us to comic books. Firefly was in the comics from way back in the 20s or 30s. He appeared, issues 20s and 30s. But my most memorable Firefly comic appearance was when Cobra Commander had basically killed a bunch of people he thought were traitors, and Firefly was grouped in with them and locked them in a landlocked freighter, and most of them died of food poisoning or something. It was pretty nasty. But Firefly, Zartan, and Billy escaped that. Billy was Cobra Commander's son, for those who don't know. But this issue, Firefly came back. This is his original mask here, but he's actually in his 92 uniform. that I have right here with the original mask on, and then he put the new face. It was like a gas mask and then a hat, and they made it look so much cooler in the comics. But that's where we're at with Firefly in the comic books. And they revealed that he was a ninja, and I always pretended that he was a ninja because of the way his file card was written. So it didn't come as a shock to me when Hama decided he was a ninja too. He actually was accepted it by the Arashikage, Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes' ninja clan, as one of their masters. He was known as the Faceless Master. But he was from the neighboring clan, or friendly clan, as it were, the Koga, which turned out to be the Red Ninjas that they used throughout the entire Hama run of G.I. Joe. I don't know if he still uses them, but I don't see why he wouldn't. So Firefly actually was leading the Red Ninjas there at the last. It had a lot of interesting storylines. I liked a lot of the special missions that he was in, and so I did like the line that the banter back and forth between him and Storm Shadow in that comic, where he asked the question, "How do you explain that my face was obscured in every known photograph?" And Storm Shadow came back with, "Simple, you move your head," and he replied with, "The old tricks work the best," or something along those lines. So Larry Hama has a really cool writing style, and I don't need to go into that. Anybody who watches my Joe Tex knows I really like the Hama verse more over the comics. I mean the cartoon. Now the Sunbow cartoon, really cool. He first appeared in the Rise of Cobra, Revenge of Cobra movie. Not Rise of Cobra. He was in the Rise of Cobra movie, played by Ray Stevens, who did a really good job as Firefly, I thought. And that was in G.I. Joe Retaliation. They had so many things outside of the movie where they said like he was an ex-Joe and all that. I don't know. There was more storyline outside of the movies than there was in, I think, and I think that's one of the things that was detraction for the movies. I like the movies, but that's just me probably. But in the cartoon, he had some memorable moments. Cobra's candidate at the end of that, he blew up his bunch of abandoned buildings, and their candidate, when it was revealed that he was a Cobra, him and Zartan pretty much punched him out and then pushed him in the water and left him behind. So that was kind of cool. But the most memorable episode of the Sunbow series with Firefly, for me, was Ode to Cobra, where at the beginning he went and dressed up as a mummy, snuck into a museum, and stole a ancient Egyptian tablet that had these writings on it, and then Cobra translated that and created this love potion that the Baroness was using to try and get the richest man in the world to. He owned this shipping company, and the Cobra wanted to control it. And there was a lot of fun moments in that with Firefly trying to hide his identity, even though he wore a mask. I don't know why the writers went in that direction, but they did. It's all good. I really had a lot of fun in that episode, watching that episode, and I still do. Every once in a while, I'll go back and watch it, and I enjoy it a lot. Now, he was also in the final episode of the Sunbow series where Cobra Commander was forming the coil to get rid of Serpentor, and Firefly was working for him. There was, to think of other instances in the Sunbow cartoon, Firefly had quite a few. He wasn't, I wouldn't say it wasn't considered a mainstream character like Cobra Commander, Destro, and Zartan, and the Baroness. But, as I said, he's in my top 5 of my Cobra favorites. So, I was looking forward to doing this. Now, I had tried to, and this is my second time trying to do this video this morning, but I tried to do it through another format, and it didn't work out. So we're here doing it the way I originally do, and I think I like it better. So I think I'm going to stick with this. Coming up next week on Joe Takes is Joe Takes 13. I got a trailer for that coming on Monday. That's also going to be in Hildt Cobra Commander 7/8's weekly Cobra Convergence 7 video. So check that out. Like in the description for the schedule for that, it will be found on his website, and the link is in the description below. Firefly, if we want to talk about him in where he was in the hierarchy of Cobra, I don't think he really was. He was more of a mercenary character, but he did kind of fill that role sometimes. He would lead Cobra troops sometimes, comics and cartoons. So, in my headcanon, he's a Cobra Commander. That would be his rank. Cobra Commander, he's a little biased. His favorite rank is Commander, but that's just my headcanon. So. And Firefly leads the Red Ninjas, so he's kind of in charge of all the Cobra Ninjas, including the Storm Shadow clones in my headcanon. So that's where I sit with Firefly. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it didn't seem a little rushed, because, like I said, this is my second pass at it. So near the end of this, I'm gonna have the file cards and artwork, and I'm also gonna do the trailer. I'm gonna play the trailer for Operation Dungeon Siege Part 2 for this video. It's actually not the trailer in this video; it's part of the video. So I hope you enjoy that. And with that all being said, Logan out.
I believe our security blanket has run into a bit of a problem. That's not in our original contract, Destro. The money has already been wired into your Swiss bank account. In that case, you just bought yourself an extra hour at least.